my entire sketch group, Harvard Sailing Team, that's where we all met.
Yeah.
Was at NYU in this Atlantic acting school. So it's
What is the origin of that? Because you guys are a prolific sketch group. You're much like many of the other sketch groups.
Sure.
And you made a bunch of videos on YouTube, and they garnered a bunch of views.
Yeah. We all met at NYU. And then sort of right after school, we knew that we wanted to do stuff together because Atlantic, the school that we went to, and Zoe, they were a big proponent of you got to make your own work, you got to write it for yourself. No one's going to make your own content. And no one's going to do shit for you. Like, you have to self-generate it, or good luck. You better, but don't take our word for it. Just try.
Right.
So we really took that to heart, and the sort of the core group that became the Harvard Sailing Team, we mounted an evening of one acts at this tiny theater in Midtown in Manhattan on like 44th and 9th called the Producers Club, and you rent that out for a weekend, and it's like $3,000, and we invited our friends, and our parents came, and it was like a big deal for us at the time.
That's great.
We were 19. The theater probably sat like 30, And like
sellout though.
Sellout, dude. Like packed. Capacity crowd. Capacity. Just our cousins. And that was super fun. And then afterwards, after college, we sort of had an inkling to...
So in college, you just sort of did a few one-offs here and there.
Some one-acts, yeah. They weren't even like... I mean, there were one-acts and sketches, whatever, sort of in that vein. And then as soon as we got out of school, we sort of realized that we could do that, except we wouldn't have to pay the $3,000 at Producers Club if we just did it at UCB for free.
Oh, okay.
So we sort of fell into the comedy world that way, and then it was sort of 8 years of nothing but sketch at the UCB and at the Pit, at the People's Improv Theater in New York, which is where we performed for many, many years. So
why do
that scene.
Why do so many great sketch groups come out of NYU? Do you know, like the Hammercats and Derek Comedy and you guys?
In the State.
In the State, yeah. What is it? The melting pot of sketch over there.
Man, New York is the shit, dude. New York City is amazing, and creative people exist there, and there's nothing but creative stimulus everywhere.
Right.
And not just New York. I mean, in cities in general, but New York especially. I mean, maybe I'm totally biased. It's my sort of home-ish town.
Yeah.
But to me, New York City is just an endless. You're swamped and surrounded by the entire spectrum of humanity, and the entire breadth of the human experience is laid out before you every day, whether you want it to be or not. It's hard not to absorb and sort of reflect the world back to you in such a dense human place.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's an answer. And also it costs a bunch of money there, so it's a bunch of fucking rich, annoying artist kids who probably just have, can dick around, and whose parents bought them Super 8 cameras when they were 11, have been making movies since then, So like
essentially it's just a high concentration of, creative people, and the zeitgeist can't help but manifest itself in,
I think,
YouTube videos about dicks.
I think so. Exactly. We were there at the same time as Derek Comedy, and those guys were amazing, Donald and DC and Dominic.
Right.
I mean, because they were like the first YouTube viral.
Sure.
They were like right there at the cusp of YouTube.
Yeah.
They were amazing. So they were definitely sort of our parallel. That was our era of NYU.
For sure.
Hammercats squad.